Hello again. Let's continue with segment 2. And we also want to continue checking the homework from the workbook, this white colored book. And let's begin on page 94, lesson C. And we'll do a little bit of practice now with phrasal verbs. So last week we talked a lot about phrasal verbs, separable and inseparable. I gave you a few tips for doing that. And so let's do a little bit more practice here together. Let's begin with exercise 1 at the top of the page. We have 5 verbs here, or 5 words that we want to connect with another word to make a phrasal verb. Away, back, down, out, and up. Let's fill in the blank. Once again, if you have not completed pages 94 and 95 in the workbook, please take a moment now to pause and complete that. And let's check together. Example 1. I'm busy now. Could you please call back later? We have the answer already. So 4 more, let's continue. Number 2. Could you please fill out this application? Fill out. Number 3. I don't want to listen to music. Could you turn down the volume? So we mentioned last week about using polite question words. Could you, would you mind? So in this case, we have could you turn down the volume? And number 4, could you clean up your room, please? Okay, they have a more polite question at the end. And finally, number 5, please put away your dictionary. You can't use a dictionary during the test. Have you heard this before? Let's go to exercise 2 below. Look at the words in bold. Write the sentences again with him, it, or them. So we're talking about the object pronouns. Okay, so we mentioned last week how if the phrasal verbs are separable, we can insert an object pronoun in the middle of the phrasal verb or the noun. Example 1, Anton needs to turn down the music. Okay, so the music, which pronoun would we use? It's not a person, so we should use it. He needs to turn it down. I cannot say turn down it. Remember, we need to put the pronoun in between the 2 words of the phrasal verb. Number 2, Rita is cleaning up the kitchen. Okay, the kitchen. It's another it. She is cleaning it up. Now, cleaning, we have another continuous tense verb here. The kitchen is the object here, and it's the object of the phrasal verb cleaning up or clean up. So, she is cleaning it up is the answer. Number 3, Martine is throwing away old newspapers. Martine, this is a feminine spelling and pronunciation. Martin is the male pronunciation. So, old newspapers, it's singular or plural? Newspapers is plural, so we should probably use them. Remember, we need an object pronoun. So think to yourself, what are other object pronouns? Her, him, them, it, as we have seen, and in this case, them. All right, so answer. Martine, she is throwing them away. It's separable, this phrasal verb. Number 4, the students are putting away their books. So they, plural, the students, they are putting what away? The books. So them. The students are putting them away. Or we could also use a subject pronoun. So in this case, students is the subject. Therefore, we need to use they as the subject pronoun. Number 5, I need to call back my father. So let's try it again to separate the phrasal verb. I need to call him back. I need to call him back. Okay, how did you do? I hope so far so good. Let's continue with exercise 3 on page 94. Complete the sentences. Use phrasal verbs and him, it, or them. Him, it, or them. Number 1 example. These clothes are clean. Please put them away. All right, number 2, let's try it. Your room is a mess. Please clean it up. Okay. Number 3, your husband just called and left a message. Please call him back. Please call him back. Okay. If you notice, we are using some of the words from exercise 1 at the top. Okay. Let's continue on. Number 4. The volume on your cell phone is not loud enough. Please turn it up. What are we turning up? The volume. It's not a person, so we must use it. And we are separating turn up with the object pronoun it. Last one, number 5. Here is the job application. Please fill it out. Okay, so here we have at the top, fill out this application. All right, how did you do? I hope well. Let's continue now to our last page of homework, page 95. Start with exercise 4. Example, I don't have time to call him back. So we need to add the missing word in the correct place in the sentence. So look for the phrasal verb and put the word in parentheses or words in the middle. Let's try number 2. There's too much trash. Please throw it out. Number 3. We don't need these winter jackets anymore. Please put them away. Or, yes, actually, put them away is correct. So this is not separable. Now, if we talk about a singular noun, put it away, it's okay. Let's see. We don't need, please put them away is correct. Number 4, continuing on. I want to watch TV. Let's turn it on. Okay, it is separable. Number 5, it's too bright in here. Please turn the lamp off. Now, what pronoun could we use? please turn it off. Okay. Moving on to exercise 5 below. We have some pictures here, and we need to have 3 answers below each picture. 3 fill-in-the-blank sentences. So we have call back, clean up, hand out, and put away. Example 1. She's putting away her clothes. She's putting her clothes away. It's separable, right? And finally, she's putting them away. Object pronoun. Okay, number 2. If you haven't finished, please pause and try this one to yourself. Okay, the answer. He's, which one? Now, if we think about, we don't have the example here, but in this case, the most correct one will be hand out, I think. He's handing out these tests. So, first one, he's handing out the tests. Second, he's handing the tests out with the complete noun. Third one, he's handing them out. Okay, object pronoun. Number 3, she's cleaning up her kitchen. Right? She's cleaning up. This is the phrasal verb clean up, or present continuous, cleaning up. Okay, next, she's cleaning her kitchen up. And third, she's cleaning it up. She's cleaning it up. Pardon me. Number 4. All right, he's got a phone and looks like he's calling back. He's calling someone back. He's calling back Dr. Kim. Second, he's calling Dr. Kim back. We put the subject in between the phrasal verb. And finally, he's calling him back. Okay. If you have any questions, please send me an email or give me a text message or call me because we have finished checking all of our workbook exercises for today. I hope it was a little bit more practice for you and helpful in using phrasal verbs and also the present perfect continuous tense. So at this time, with the remainder of our time in segment 2, let's go now to the student book, the green color book. Just a moment. Okay, so I'm going back to this green color book here, and we are going to start on page 108. Okay, page 108. Now, you will notice that these 2 pages are additional review, including units 7 and 8. So let's begin with a little bit more listening practice. If you notice, we have Clara and John. Now, read the questions first to yourself. Pause there and look at the 6 statements. Okay? As you read those to yourself, I'm going to prepare the Q reader code right here, and you can also listen again to yourself. Are you ready?
Review, Units 7 and 8. Page 108. Exercise 1.
Hey, hi, John.
Oh, hi, Clara.
What a long week. I'm glad it's Friday.
Me too, Clara. And look, the bus is on time today.
And you don't have to drive in all that rush hour traffic.
I know, but I've been taking this bus a long time. And I'm thinking about buying a car.
Huh.
I'm interested in finding a used SUV.
An SUV? You should think about buying a smaller car. You can save a lot more money, and you can save on gas, too.
Hey, I'm a big guy. I can't fit in a small car. I'm worried about getting a car that's too small for me. But hey, you could get a smaller car. I'll come to work with you and save my gas money. Then I can buy my SUV and take my friends for a ride after work.
Oh, sorry, John. I'm not interested in buying a car. I like the bus just fine. I'm saving my money to buy a house someday. Oh, here's my stop. See you Monday.
Okay. A little bit easier, I think. We only have 2 people in this conversation. So we know who wants an SUV. It's John. First answer is given. Who thinks that a small car is better? Obviously, an SUV is a big car, and Clara, the woman, thinks that a small car is better. Excuse me. Number 2. Number 3. Who says an SUV is more comfortable? Okay, obviously John wants to buy an SUV, so he thinks an SUV is more comfortable. Number 4, who wants to take friends for a ride? Same answer as before. It is John. And number 5, who wants to keep taking the bus? Someone who doesn't want a big car. It's Clara, right? And the last one, number 6, who wants to save money to buy a house? Not a car. It is Clara. Okay? Now, if you are sitting at home with your phone, I challenge you, I challenge you to listen again on your phone so that you can repeat as many times as you like. And see if you can take notice of any continuous verb tense or even phrasal verbs. Do you hear any? All right, let's continue to a little bit of grammar practice in exercise 2, page 108. All right, now we have been learning. Did you notice that? We have been learning the present perfect continuous tense. So this is one more practice. Hal has been applying for jobs as a computer technician since October. Okay, here's that word again. Now, let's try to decide which is correct. Is it going to be present continuous tense, simple present continuous, or present perfect in this case? Number 2, he, what do you think? Has had several interviews, but he hasn't gotten a job yet. Do you remember I have talked about parallel structure before? So I have a clue in this sentence. He hasn't gotten. This is present perfect tense. Because I have this tense here, I know that I need the same tense in the beginning of the sentence. Remember that parallel structure means it needs to be matching. First part, second part. Let's go to number 3. He's afraid of blank, again, until he gets some experience. Is it applying or apply? Okay, remember that many words often go before gerunds, and afraid of is one of them. So we must choose applying. He's afraid of applying again. All right, next part. His friend Terry gave him some good advice. He said, how, pardon me. Okay, that's my alarm so I don't go over the time, but we'll finish checking this part. He said, how should think about. Now, about, think about, and remember we often need ing with this phrase. He said, how should think about volunteering. And we don't have to, we don't have the infinitive form as an answer option. So the only correct one is with ing. About volunteering at Hal's son's school. Okay, number 6. Hal wants to call the school because the school, what do you think? Has been having or has problems? Now, I'm going to challenge you to look at the end of this sentence, and we notice for a few months. Okay? Has is not present perfect. Remember that for and since are connected with present perfect tense. Our only option here is has been having. Okay? So, Hal wants to call the school because the school has been having problems with the computer system for a few months. Next, Hal is interested in, okay, interested in is connecting with a gerund or ing word, usually. So the only answer is helping. He is interested in helping. It would be a win-win situation for both the school and Hal. Win-win, meaning only positives, 2 positives in this case. All right, now, how about we can pause here? Our time does go so fast. So it looks like for day 1 today, we are spending most of the day reviewing and practicing. And that's okay. So we will continue checking at the beginning of segment 3. See you in a moment. If you haven't had a chance on the next page, I challenge you to look ahead. Read the questions to yourself and be ready to check it when we come back together. See you soon.